ex had contacted him. He started acting funny. I ain't even gonna lie. This is when the drama started, okay? So y'all remember when I told y'all we used to talk every single day, like every day on the phone, and I see him every day. That slowly started to be, it was decreasing. Like I was not seeing him like that no more. Like every time I hit him up, he'll take like 5 and 6 hours to reply, and then the main thing he'll say is, oh, I was sleeping. Mind y'all, before this girl contacted him, he used to come to my job and see me. I used to always go over there, like everything. But now all of a sudden it's just like you sleeping all the time. I knew something was up, and let me tell you how. So you remember when I told you guys I had his post notifications on? So he stopped tweeting about me. But his tweets, he was still tweeting about someone, but it was not me. He started, so when I knew that he was talking to the ex, because his ex was mixed, okay? And he made a tweet and said something like, my B raw, she not even from here.
Excuse me, bitch.
And when he said that, I'm like, yo, B raw, she not even from here. And then he tweeted again and was like, she exotic or something like that. So when he said that, I automatically knew he was talking about his ex, because his ex is not from here, she's mixed, and of course, you know, they consider mixed girls exotic. So I'm like, okay, he's back talking to his ex. Now, I didn't feel no type of way. I didn't feel hurt or nothing like that, because keep in mind, like, we was moving pretty fast. Like, we weren't even talking for that long, so it didn't really matter to me. I was just like, okay, you're talking to your ex and you're trying to play me like you've been sleeping and all this and that. So I think I had checked him about it, okay? So I texted my best friend. I'm like, girl, look at these tweets, yada yada yada. And I'm like, I know he's not talking about me. I was like, it's clear as day he's not talking about me. And I'm like, he's talking about this ex. So my friend, she's kind of like, oh, maybe this and maybe he's doing this, maybe this and that. Like, that's how person she is. So she's like, well, maybe he's like, I forgot what thing she said. She was like, maybe he's not cheating on you, yada yada yada. I don't think he's cheating on you. You know how y'all are, like y'all do the most and all this and that. Like, I don't think he's cheating on you. And I'm like, he's cheating on me, sis. I know he's talking back to her. Like, I know he's talking back to her. So yeah, I think I brought it up to him. I tried to play it off, and then I was just like, you know what? I can't play it off no more. I say, let me bring this to him, bring this up to him. I want to see what he got to say. So I brought up the tweet to him, and he was like, oh, I'm not talking about, he was like, I'm not cheating on you. I'm not talking to her. I wasn't talking about anybody. And he was just like, bringing up how he felt some type of way because, okay, so he felt some type of way because me and my ex had went back following each other on Twitter. Mind you, yeah, he did, I did go back and follow my ex, and that's, when I say my ex, that's the one that I said I was on and off with, and we was off at the moment. So I did go and follow my ex back on Twitter because we had unfollowed each other. So he was like, yeah, you think I didn't know that? I noticed all that. And I'm sitting here like, I didn't know that was my ex. But then again, everybody knew that was my ex because we like took pictures and posted each other. So he was like, yeah, I know you had followed your ex and all this and that. And he was like, I'm not stupid, bro. You trying to play me, yada yada yada. Like, he really trying to flip this back on me. So I'm just like, nobody trying to play you for one. I'm not even communicating with my ex, which I really honestly wasn't. I'm like, I'm not communicating with my ex. Like, yes, I was wrong for following him back. I shouldn't have followed him back, but I'm like, I'm not talking to him. Like, me and him have not talked. So he had so he was just like, alright. So I think we had put it behind us or whatever. Okay. My y'all, he's saying all this, but I'm not stupid. Like, I still know he's talking to this girl, but I'm like, I want the hardcore proof. Like, I want the proof. So someone had retweeted one of her tweets, and she had got like a new car or something, and it was like, she had got like buku retweets and stuff like that. And you know, like on Twitter, it'll like pop up on your feed. So it had popped up on my feed. So remember this, she got a new car, and I seen it, so I knew the new car. So time go by, like days go by again. He's still not texting me back, but always tweeting and stuff, retweeting little stuff. So this time when he tweeted something, he said something about a car. Like, he said something about like, my be bossed up. She got a, you know, like, she got a foreign. No, okay, this what he said. So he was like, my be bossed up. She a foreign and she got a foreign, or something like that. So I'm like, yeah, he's messing with her. So I seen it, still playing it like it's nothing, just peeping all the games, soaking all this in. So one day, so at this point I'm like, you know what, help him. You a little boy and you trying to play me, and you're younger than me. Like, you are younger than me. I wish I would let a dude that's younger than me play me. So I had went and I started back exes. One of my little, me and him never talked, but we was just like always messing, like we messed around. So I went back talking to him, and I had went to his house and stuff. We was chilling, and y'all, mind you, Leo been stopped calling me. He been stopped like texting me, all this. Like, he wasn't doing all that no more. The moment I was at this dude's house chilling with this dude, he blowing me up, texting me, what you doing, babe, what you doing, yada yada yada. I'm not texting back. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I text him back once I leave dude's house, and he blowing me up. So I'm like, that's crazy. Like, the moment you get around another dude, that's when he wanna blow you up. And like, my dude, you know you doing you. Now mind y'all, this is the young me, okay? Keep that in mind, this is the young me. Like, I don't do get back games, but back then I used to play get back games. So I'm like, don't be checking for me now, and you weren't checking for me before. Like, where your little ex at? Like, don't do that. But mind you, he still don't know that I know about his ex, so he don't know this. So I'm just like looking at it. He kept calling, so I was like, you know what, let me just leave. Now the dude house I was chilling in, I don't even think I was there for like 10 minutes, and within that 10 minutes this dude literally blew me up non-stop. Like, he had called me at least 8 times. So it's like he was calling me like every minute. He just kept calling. So I was like, let me go. Like, I'm about to leave. So I pulled out. As soon as I pulled out, I went ahead and called him back, and he was just like, what you was doing? He was like, what you was doing? You not answering the phone, yada yada yada. And I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. I was like, I was studying, and I'm just back from studying. And he was like, oh, and you ain't never text me back? And I'm like, yeah, cause I'm studying, I don't have my phone on me. Like, why it matter? Like, you ain't checking for me. I didn't tell him that, but that was my mindset. Like, why it matter? You not checking for me. So he was like, oh, I don't know, like, I'm just getting this bad vibe, like you was doing something else. But alright. And I'm just like, you was crazy. Like, whatever. Like, what could I be doing? Like, what? I told you I got a text coming up, which I did. So I was like, I told you I got a text coming up. So he was like, I don't know, I just got that feeling, but okay, I'm gonna just take you at your word. So we was talking or whatever, and I made it home, and I'm like, I'm about to shower and all that, and I'll just talk to you later. So he's like, okay, cool. So this one specific time, y'all, I will never forget. It was like, I don't know if it was the next day or what, but he really was not, like, I have not talked to him. Like, he was just, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what happened. I gotta sit up for this. So this particular time, I asked, could I come over? Because I'm the type, I'm not about to ask you, can I come to your house? Like, sometimes I would, if I feel like the feelings is mutual and you always asking me to come over. Like, we got that, like, connection where it's like, okay, I'm about to pull up. And you be like, okay, cool, like, you don't care. Then, yeah, I'll say I'm about to pull up. But I still was kind of like, I don't want to do too much kind of thing, because then especially because we weren't really like talking like this, I'm like, I'm not about to press you. But this time I was like, I'm about to ask him, can I come over? I want to see what he's gonna say. So I asked him, I texted him, I was like, what you doing? I think he took a little minute to text back, then he finally texted back. He was like, I ain't doing nothing, laying down, you know, kind of sleeping. Nigga, you always sleeping. But anyways, so he was like kind of sleeping. And I'm like, okay. I was like, yeah, so when I get on my night class, like, can I just, you know, pull up or whatever? Because, you know, we haven't seen each other in a little time. So I was like, can I pull up? This dude took a long time to answer, y'all. Literally a long time. I said I had a 2-hour class, because this was a night class. So I had like a 2-hour class. I'm sitting in the class the whole time looking at my phone. This dude never texts me back, or nothing. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, something ain't right. And I know it's something not right. And I know I'm asking you, can I come to your house? But either way it go, I'm coming to your house. So he took forever to text back, y'all. It's literally been 2.5 hours going on 3 hours. He texted me back and he was like, he gave me some BS, but basically it was just like, he got some lie. He told me that he wasn't at home and that I can come tomorrow. Mind you, he's never told me that before. Even if he wasn't at home, he'll be like, I'm coming home on like in such and such time, you can come then. Like, he never just curved me all the way and be like, I'm not gonna be at home, I'm not at home, you can come tomorrow. This boy has never told me this. So I automatically was just like, I was hyped up. I'm like, this boy got that girl over there. I'm like, I know he's at home. And I'm like, I see that car. Cause mind you, I knew his car, I knew her car, I knew the ex car. So I'm like, if I see the ex car, it's gonna be some shit. Like, it's gonna be some shit. I'm not playing. So I'm like, if I see the car, it's over with. So I'm just hyped up driving, I'm swerving, just driving on the highway speeding. I'm like, I'm gonna pass through, I'm gonna hit the block, I'm gonna hit the corner. Cause the way his house was set, if you go down the street, you can see him. So you kind of gotta like see, you gotta hit a side street so they really can't see you like this. So I'm like, I'm gonna hit the side street. He's not gonna be able to see me. And if I see the car parked out there, I'm doing a donut and I'm pulling up. So I'm getting into the neighborhood. You know how you be like, your adrenaline just racing, because you like, I got this feeling, I got this good feeling. Oh y'all, my chest be numb, like just talking about this story, because it's my first time like really talking about this story. It got me hyped up right now. So I'm sitting here and I'm just like, if I see this car, it's gonna be something. So I pull up. I pulled up and I hit the side street and I'm like, I'm gonna ease my way through there. Like, I was like, I'm gonna drive slow, I'm gonna hit the side street, I'm gonna drive slow. So I hit the side street, I ease my way up to the corner where his house is, and y'all, I see the ex out, her car is outside, parked. Like, she owned the house, like parked just any kind of way in front of the house. So instantly, I done hit the donut, and I'm I'm already texting my friend, texting my best. I'm like letting her know what's going on. She stay around the corner soon, so she's like, if that be there, let me know. Like, yeah, we gonna block her. I'm gonna block her so she can't try to run out or whatever. Like, yo, we about to get some answers. Like, we about to get the business clear. So I'm like, period. So I'm texting her when I'm pulling up, and I'm like, bitch, she here, and I ain't got time to talk. Like, I'm about to go in. So, y'all swear to God, before I can even send that text, girl, my friend was pulled. She done pulled up, blasting music. Well, I'm beating on the door, so I running up to the door, and I boom, 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 boom. I'm beating on the door. So everybody like, I hear people talking. He was like, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? So I hear his best friend. His best friend like, oh shit. And so like I hear Leo coming to the door too. He's like, who is that? He's like, dog, it's Katie. Like Katie outside. So I don't know, but I don't know what they were saying. They was in there whispering. So I'm like, all right, bitch, big. So I walk on the side of the door, push his bedroom out. Bam, 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 bam. So I'm beating on the window, and I'm like, bitch, open up, open up. So I hear the girl, I hear his ex, and she like, who is that? Who is that? Like that's all I hear. I hear, yada, 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 yada. So I hear him telling her like, calm down, like be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. So I'm bam, 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 bam. And next thing you know, the window shattered, y'all. So the window shattered, the glass broke. So I hear my friend going off on the other side of the door, like the other side of the house. So I'm walking around, walk back over to the house and the front of the house, and I see her arguing with his best friend because the best friend came outside. So he was like, man, y'all doing all that, yada 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 yada. So he's like, what y'all over here doing all that for, breaking windows, yada yada yada. So I'm like, tell your friend come out. I don't care about nothing you talking about. I don't want to talk to you. You ain't my nigga. Tell your friend come out. So he was like, no, I ain't telling him nothing, man. Y'all, man, can't go home, like.
Excuse me, bitch.
I understand this shit fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. It's like the friend even admitted that it was fucked up. Like he was like, I know it's fucked up. Like, but Kayla, just go home, dog. Like, just go home. You ain't even gotta do all that. Just go home. And I'm like, no, I ain't going home. I wanna talk to him. Like, bring him outside. I'm like, no, y'all got me effed up. Bring him outside. So he was like, man, I'm not doing it. You're not doing it. Okay. So I'm walking out. So he was like, where you going? Where you going? So I slid, y'all. So I slid through the window, I'm putting one leg in, putting the other leg in, trying to get through the window. But he had like a bar too on the door. So my dumb ass got stuck, okay? I got stuck. So I had to like pull myself back out the window, y'all, because I had got stuck. So I had to pull myself back out the window. So I scraped my back. I scraped all my back up because I done fell. So I fell back out the window. My dumb ass fell back out the window, scraped all my back up. And at this time, I hear him talking. So I'm like, oh, so now he hopped out. So I'm like, okay, big. So I ran back around the house. He outside, and me and him started going at it. So he was like, Kaden, I'm sorry, like, I don't know. He was like, I don't know why y'all over here doing all this. And I'm like, cause you effing lie. So I'm like, going off, and I'm like, you lied to me. You talked about this girl. You act like you ain't fool with her. You not messing with her. Da, 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 da. And he was like, I know all that. I understand all that. He was like, Kaden, I ain't gonna lie. It's effed up. I ain't lying, but it's just what it is. And I'm like, what? And he was like, yeah, like, I know I effed up, but this is just what it is. So I'm like, bring her outside. I said, bring her outside. Cause this was my mindset. She obviously knew about me. She knew that me and him was talking. Cause she checked him about me. She been on my Instagram. She lurked on my Instagram. So sis, you definitely knew about me. I understand that she ex and everything, whatever history I got going on with the dude. But you knew about me. So at this point, I'm like, let me talk to her because she know me clear as day. So yeah, I want to talk to her. So he like, I can't do that. He was like, I can't do that. And I'm like, so you're not finna, I say, you're not gonna let me talk to her. He was like, man, no, I'm diving behind that one.
Excuse me, bitch?
And I'm like, oh yeah? I said, so that's how you coming? He's like, that's stupid. Y'all gonna try to bring this girl out here. He's like, I'm not bringing this girl out here so y'all can jump her. He was like, nah, like, I'm diving behind that one. If that, no. He was like, y'all put a hand on her. I'm diving behind her. Like, I'm gonna put my hands on y'all. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't even say nothing. Like, I was like, all right. Bet. I couldn't do nothing because at that point, you done chose. You done chest for her. You say you diving behind her. I'm like, cool, you done chest behind this girl. So that's what it is. Like, you done made your, you done chose. You done made your, you done picked the side already. So that's the side you picked, stay there. So we left. So we pulled back to my friend's house. And I'm like telling my brother everything. I'm like, you done hooked me up with this boy and you know he was a thigh, yada yada yada. He was like, man, no, I ain't know that. He was like, but that's a 10, like I'm about to call him, whatever. So he was like, I'm about to pull up. So my brother pulled up. My brother wanted to fight. The dude was not trying to fight my brother. The dude was not trying to fight my brother. And I'm just like, so you willing to put your hands on us behind her, but now I got my brother and he willing to fight you one-on-one and you don't want to fight. So I'm like, all right, cool, you pussy. So that's it, y'all. That's basically it. After that night, I never heard from him again. He contacted me like 4 months later. He had hit me up on my phone, and actually it was the day before Christmas Eve. I mean, it was Christmas Eve. So he had hit me up on Christmas Eve, and he basically was just like, I just want to apologize to you for the stuff I did. He was like, I know it was effed up, and he was like, I know this is like a long time, you know, later than I'm coming to you, but he was like, I didn't mean for that to go down. He was like, you know, I'm sorry. And he basically was just like, you a good woman. He was like, you a beautiful, smart woman. And he was just like, you gonna find that God for you. And he was like, but I just know I'm not it. He was like, I'm a cheater. I can't give you the things that you want or that you deserve. And so he was just like, I don't have no bad blood with you. He was like, you know, I F with you. And he was like, I just want to tell you I'm sorry. And I was like, alright. Like, I just like, okay. And we hung up, and I have never spoke to him again. I have never seen him again. Nothing. I have never talked to his friends again. I ain't seen his friends either. Like, I don't know what happened to him, child. I don't know. But that was my story time, guys, about the time where I was a side chick. So yeah, girl, I don't know, it was crazy. I done broke a couple of windows, got a little violent with folks, but yeah. So if you like this story, give this story a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like it, comment, subscribe, and if you're new, hit the notification bell button. And until next time, guys, peace.